Making decisions in a rush is one of the most perilous behaviors a person can engage in. We are constantly faced with decisions, both big and small, that shape the trajectory of our lives. Whether it's deciding on a career path, ending a relationship, or choosing where to invest our time and money, every decision carries weight. And yet, in today's fast-pacing world, the pressure to make quick choices is overwhelming. We're told to act swiftly, seize opportunities as they come, and not hesitate. But this rush often leads to regret. When we make decisions in a hurry, we are not giving ourselves the opportunity to reflect deeply on the possible outcomes. Our brains, under pressure, tend to rely on shortcuts, cognitive biases that skew our judgment. When you're in a rush, these biases dominate your thinking, making it easier to fall into the trap of least resistance or following the crowd without considering whether it aligns with your deeper values or long-term goals. Hasty decisions often come from emotional reactions, not reasoned thought, and the consequences can be far-reaching. Take, for example, career decisions. How many people have impulsively taken a job simply because they felt the need to act quickly, only to find themselves stuck in a position that doesn't align with their passions or long-term ambitions? It's a familiar story. An opportunity presents itself, and in the rush to avoid missing out, a person commits to it without adequately considering whether it's the right fit. Maybe the job offers a good salary, or it seems like the only option at the time, but over time, they realize that the work is unfulfilling, the environment toxic, or the growth limited. The regret sets in. Had they taken the time to reflect, had they sat with the decision, they may have realized that their true calling lay elsewhere. The same is true for relationships. In the excitement of meeting someone new or feeling a sense of urgency to settle down, people often rush into commitments without fully understanding the other person or, more importantly, themselves. Relationships, especially long-term ones, require careful thought and patience. Rushing into a relationship can result in overlooking fundamental incompatibilities, or it may lead to staying in a toxic relationship for the wrong reasons. Fear of loneliness, societal pressure, or a mistaken belief that things will work out. It's easy to let emotions and the desire for connection dictate the pace, but doing so can lead to painful consequences. A rushed commitment made without understanding or clear vision is often one that leaves scars in its wake. The concept of rushing is especially harmful when it comes to major life changes. Whether it's moving to a new city, buying a house, or making large financial investments, these decisions require time, research, and careful consideration. When we're pressured to act quickly, we often make choices that serve short-term desires instead of long-term needs. A rushed home purchase, for example, might seem like a good idea in a hot market, but without fully assessing your financial situation, the property's future value, or its suitability for your lifestyle, it can quickly turn into a financial burden. Similarly, rushing into a new city without weighing the costs, social, emotional, and practical, could result in a feeling of being trapped in an environment that doesn't support your well-being or goals. Another dangerous aspect of making decisions in a rush is that it can cloud your ability to trust your instincts. When you're rushing, you're not allowing your deeper knowledge and inner wisdom to guide you. In the chaos of quick decision-making, you might ignore red flags, or conversely, you might overvalue fleeting impressions or temporary emotions. Our intuition and instincts take time to develop, but rushing denies us the chance to listen to them, and that's when we make mistakes that could have been avoided with a little more patience. We must also acknowledge that in some cases, rushing leads us to make decisions based on the fear of missing out or the anxiety of being left behind. Society pushes this idea that time waits for no one. The notion of time running out can make us act impulsively, choosing options because they seem like the right thing to do in the moment, rather than choosing what is best for us in the long term. The fear of missing opportunities can cloud our judgment, making us overlook better alternatives that require patience and careful thought. Making decisions in a rush is not just about avoiding regret in the future, it's also about the toll it takes on your mental and emotional health in the present. The anxiety that comes with making decisions hastily, the second guessing, and the self-doubt can be overwhelming. It leads to a sense of instability and a lack of confidence in one's choices, making it harder to trust yourself in future decisions. Ultimately, taking the time to make decisions with thoughtfulness and care leads to a more stable and fulfilling life. It requires discipline to slow down, to step back, and to resist the urge to rush. It's about cultivating the ability to sit with uncertainty and discomfort rather than allowing the fear of indecision to push you into impulsive action. The ability to make decisions thoughtfully while considering the potential impact on your future is a skill that takes practice and patience. So, the next time you find yourself in a rush, whether it's with a career decision, a relationship, or a life choice, remember this: haste often leads to regret. Take a moment, breathe, reflect. The choices you make today will shape the life you live tomorrow. Slow down and make those decisions with clarity, wisdom, and the understanding that the best outcomes come to those who are willing to wait, think, and act deliberately. In the modern world, self-care has become a widely discussed topic, and yet it is often the first thing we neglect when life gets busy. In a society that values productivity, achievement, and constant motion, it's easy to overlook the importance of taking care of ourselves. We rush through our days, constantly moving from one task to another, often sacrificing our own well-being in the process. But the reality is, neglecting self-care in a rush is incredibly harmful. Not just in the immediate sense, but also in the long term. When we rush through life and fail to prioritize our health, mental clarity, and emotional balance, we set ourselves up for burnout, poor decision-making, and a diminished sense of purpose. The first thing to understand is that self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It's easy to think that self-care is something that can be put off until tomorrow, especially when other priorities feel more pressing. However, when we don't take the time to care for ourselves, physically, emotionally, and mentally, we begin to erode the very foundation upon which our lives are built. Imagine trying to drive a car that hasn't been maintained for months. Sooner or later, it's going to break down. Our bodies and minds are no different. The more we neglect ourselves, the more likely we are to experience exhaustion, stress, and health problems. The effects may not be immediately visible, but they accumulate over time, leading to greater challenges down the road. When we rush, we ignore the warning signs of our bodies. Physical health often takes the brunt of this neglect. Sleep deprivation, poor diet, lack of exercise, all of these are typical consequences of pushing ourselves too hard, too fast. We skip meals to meet deadlines. We stay up late working or studying, and we avoid rest because we feel there's simply no time. This is a dangerous pattern. The body needs time to rest, to heal, and to replenish its energy. Without these moments of restoration, our physical health deteriorates. Chronic fatigue becomes common, immunity weakens, and stress takes a toll on the cardiovascular system, increasing the risk of long-term health issues. Mental health is another casualty when we neglect self-care in a rush. We often think that mental strength is about pushing through, working longer hours, or handling stress without taking breaks. But the truth is, our minds are just as susceptible to fatigue as our bodies. When we don't take time to relax and recharge mentally, we risk overwhelming our cognitive faculties. Over time, this can lead to anxiety, depression, and cognitive burnout. The constant demand for attention and focus without allowing ourselves the space to decompress creates an internal environment that is constantly on edge. In the rush to meet deadlines and keep up with external pressures, we forget that a clear and rested mind is essential for making good decisions, solving problems effectively, and maintaining emotional balance. Neglecting self-care in a rush also impacts our emotional well-being. Emotional exhaustion is real, and it stems from the consistent neglect of personal needs. When we fail to check in with ourselves emotionally, we often find ourselves becoming short-tempered, overwhelmed, or disconnected from the people around us. This emotional depletion can erode our relationships, both personal and professional. When we are not grounded in our emotions, we become reactive instead of responsive. Instead of engaging thoughtfully with others, we may find ourselves lashing out, becoming withdrawn, or simply losing the capacity to empathize with others. The ability to form meaningful connections is undermined when self-care is sacrificed, and the cycle of emotional neglect only deepens over time. Moreover, self-care is essential for maintaining a sense of identity and purpose. When we are constantly rushing from one task to another, we lose sight of what matters most to us as individuals. We become so wrapped up in the external demands of life, work, family, social obligations, that we forget to check in with our own needs and desires. What are our goals? What are we passionate about? What do we want from our lives? Rushing through life without taking the time to reflect on these fundamental questions results in a sense of disconnection and dissatisfaction. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, but without pauses for introspection and alignment with our core values, we risk losing touch with who we really are. In this state, it becomes difficult to feel a sense of fulfillment or satisfaction because we're simply moving through life, not living it intentionally. Furthermore, neglecting self-care in a rush can lead to poor decision-making. When we're exhausted, stressed, or emotionally drained, our ability to make sound choices is compromised. We may be more likely to act impulsively or to take on too much, believing we can handle it all. But in reality, when we are not taking care of ourselves, we lose the mental clarity and emotional stability needed to evaluate situations properly. This can result in decisions that are hasty, short-sighted, or based on temporary emotions rather than long-term consequences. The cycle of poor decision-making continues to feed into stress, and the lack of self-care deepens. To reverse this harmful cycle, it's important to prioritize self-care as part of your routine, not as an afterthought. Rather than rushing through life and hoping that everything will eventually fall into place, take the time to nourish yourself. Physically, emotionally, and mentally. Make rest a priority. Eat nutritious food, engage in physical activity, and allow yourself time to recharge mentally and emotionally. Recognize that when you take care of yourself, you are better equipped to handle the demands of life, to make thoughtful decisions, and to maintain your well-being. The most successful people understand that self-care is not a sign of weakness or selfishness, it's a strength. It's a commitment to yourself that ultimately benefits everyone around you. So, in the rush of daily life, remember this: neglecting self-care is harmful, and true strength comes from the ability to pause, reflect, and tend to your needs with the same care and attention you give to everything else. Preparation is often the unsung hero of success. We hear stories of people who appear to achieve greatness with little effort, but the truth is, those stories often leave out the countless hours of preparation, study, and deliberate practice that lay the foundation for those moments of success. Preparation is the bedrock upon which all accomplishments are built, and without it, even the most talented individuals will falter. In life, we are presented with numerous opportunities, but it is the preparation that determines whether we are ready to take advantage of them. Preparation gives us the clarity, knowledge, and confidence needed to face challenges head-on and to perform at our best. The first reason why preparation is essential is that it provides clarity. When we prepare for something, whether it's an exam, a job interview, or a major life change, we are forced to clarify our goals, expectations, and actions. Preparation forces us to think critically about what lies ahead. It helps us break down a large task into manageable steps, understand the scope of what needs to be done, and determine the resources required. When we approach something unprepared, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by the sheer scale of it, unsure where to start or how to proceed. This lack of clarity not only hinders progress, but also creates unnecessary stress. With preparation, however, we are not left to flounder in the dark. We know what is expected of us and how we can best achieve it. In addition to providing clarity, preparation increases our chances of success. It allows us to anticipate obstacles and plan for them. No matter how well prepared we are, challenges will always arise. But preparation helps us respond effectively to these challenges rather than being caught off guard. When we prepare, we anticipate potential setbacks and formulate contingency plans so that when the unexpected happens, we are not paralyzed by uncertainty. Preparation teaches us to think ahead, to consider possible alternatives, and to recognize potential risks. It's this foresight that separates those who succeed from those who fall short. When we take the time to plan and prepare, we position ourselves to navigate difficulties with resilience and resourcefulness. Preparation also boosts confidence. When we walk into a situation fully prepared, we are not only better equipped to handle it, but we also feel more capable. Whether it's a presentation at work, a public speech, or a difficult conversation, knowing that we have taken the time to prepare gives us the confidence to perform well. Confidence is not about pretending to know everything, but about knowing that we've done the necessary work to ensure we are ready. This confidence radiates outward, influencing how others perceive us and how we interact with them. When we are prepared, we are more likely to trust ourselves, to make decisions quickly, and to speak with authority. Preparation becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more we prepare, the more successful we are, and the more confident we become in our ability to tackle future challenges. Another reason preparation is key is that it maximizes our efficiency. When we prepare, we don't waste time figuring things out as we go along. We have a clear plan of action, and we know exactly what needs to be done. Preparation helps us prioritize tasks, allocate resources, and focus on what truly matters. Without it, we might spend time on unnecessary activities or engage in trial and error, which can waste valuable time and energy. Preparation makes our actions purposeful, and that purpose drives us forward. It ensures that we aren't merely busy, but that we are productive and moving toward our desired outcomes. Moreover, preparation deepens our understanding. The act of preparing for something, whether it's studying for a test, researching a topic, or practicing a skill, forces us to engage with the material in a meaningful way. It pushes us to understand the subject matter deeply rather than just skimming the surface. This depth of knowledge not only helps us perform better, but it also equips us to make more informed decisions. It allows us to see nuances that we might have missed if we had approached the task without preparation. In essence, preparation enables us to become experts in the areas that matter most to us. It encourages a lifelong commitment to learning, growing, and improving. One of the most important aspects of preparation is that it builds discipline. In a world filled with distractions, preparation requires us to focus and commit to a course of action. It is easy to be swept up in the chaos of daily life and put off important tasks until the last minute. But true success requires us to cultivate the discipline to prepare, to allocate time for it, and to follow through on our commitments. Discipline is the backbone of preparation. It is the ability to stay focused on the goal, to keep working even when it's difficult, and to resist the temptation to procrastinate. Over time, this discipline strengthens our work ethic and our ability to achieve whatever we set our minds to. However, preparation isn't about perfectionism. It's not about ensuring that every possible outcome is covered or that every detail is flawless. In fact, no amount of preparation can account for every possible variable. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things will go wrong despite our best efforts. But what preparation does offer is the ability to adapt. It provides us with a solid foundation from which we can pivot when needed. It's the knowledge that we have done the work, and if things go awry, we are better equipped to handle the unforeseen challenges. Preparation doesn't guarantee success, but it dramatically improves our chances. In the end, preparation is the difference between aimless action and focused effort. It's the key to unlocking our potential and achieving our goals. Without it, we're simply stumbling through life, reacting to circumstances instead of shaping them. With preparation, we take control of our destiny. We have the clarity to know what we want, the foresight to navigate obstacles, and the confidence to act decisively. Success isn't just about talent or luck, it's about being prepared when the opportunity arises. So, whether it's a major life decision or a seemingly small task, remember this: preparation is the foundation of success, and it's the first step toward achieving anything of significance. In the intricate dance of life, our actions are the steps that define our journey. Yet, without a profound understanding of the rhythm and the music, these steps can become missteps, leading us astray. Acting without comprehension is akin to navigating a maze blindfolded. The path may seem clear momentarily, but the lack of insight often results in confusion and regret. To truly move forward, it is imperative to act only after understanding. Understanding serves as the compass that guides our decisions. When we take the time to comprehend a situation fully, we equip ourselves with the knowledge necessary to make informed choices. This depth of comprehension allows us to anticipate potential outcomes, weigh the pros and cons, and align our actions with our core values and long-term objectives. Without this foundational understanding, our actions may be impulsive, reactive, and disconnected from our true intentions. Consider the realm of communication. How often do misunderstandings arise from hasty responses? In conversations, especially those that are emotionally charged, responding without pausing to understand the other person's perspective can lead to conflict and estrangement. By taking a moment to listen actively and empathize, we not only gain clarity but also foster trust and respect. This approach transforms interactions from mere exchanges of words into meaningful connections. In the professional sphere, the importance of understanding before acting is paramount. Leaders who make decisions without fully grasping the complexities of a situation risk implementing strategies that are ineffective or even detrimental. A leader's role is not just to direct, but to comprehend the nuances of their team, the challenges at hand, and the broader context. This understanding enables them to make decisions that are thoughtful, strategic, and beneficial to all stakeholders involved. Similarly, in personal relationships, acting without understanding can lead to misinterpretations and hurt feelings. Each individual brings their own experiences, fears, and desires to a relationship. By seeking to understand these underlying factors, we can respond with empathy and support, strengthening the bond we share. This depth of understanding transforms relationships from superficial interactions into profound connections built on mutual respect and care. Furthermore, understanding before acting is crucial in conflict resolution. Conflicts, whether interpersonal or societal, often stem from a lack of understanding. When parties involved fail to comprehend each other's viewpoints, solutions remain elusive. However, by engaging in open dialogue, asking questions, and genuinely seeking to understand the root causes of the conflict, we pave the way for resolutions that are fair, lasting, and harmonious. In the realm of personal growth, acting without understanding can hinder our development. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal evolution. By reflecting on our actions, motivations, and the underlying reasons behind our choices, we gain insights that drive meaningful change. This introspection allows us to identify areas for improvement, set realistic goals, and embark on a path of continuous self-improvement. Moreover, understanding before acting cultivates patience and mindfulness. In a world that often values speed and instant gratification, taking the time to understand before making a move is a practice that requires discipline. It encourages us to pause, reflect, and consider the broader implications of our actions. This mindfulness not only enhances the quality of our decisions, but also contributes to our overall well-being, reducing stress and promoting a sense of inner peace. In conclusion, the adage, act only after understanding, is not merely a call for caution, but a directive for intentional living. It urges us to engage with the world thoughtfully, to seek knowledge, and to act with purpose. By embracing this approach, we transform our actions from mere reactions into deliberate steps that lead us toward our true aspirations. In the grand tapestry of life, understanding is the thread that weaves our actions into a coherent and meaningful narrative. Emotions are integral to the human experience, providing depth and color to our lives. They guide us, inform us, and connect us to others. However, when emotions override reason, they can lead us astray, causing impulsive decisions and actions that may not align with our best interests. Striking a balance between emotion and reason is essential for sound judgment and well-being. Emotions, such as fear, anger, and excitement, are powerful forces that can cloud our judgment. When we act solely based on these feelings, we risk making decisions that are not well thought out. For instance, reacting in anger can lead to words or actions that we might regret later. Similarly, acting out of fear can prevent us from seizing opportunities that could be beneficial. It's crucial to recognize these emotional impulses and pause before acting, allowing reason to guide our responses. The interplay between emotion and reason has been a subject of philosophical and psychological inquiry for centuries. The Stoics, for example, emphasized the importance of controlling one's passions to achieve tranquility and rational decision-making. They believe that while emotions are natural, allowing them to dominate can lead to irrational behavior. Modern psychology also supports this view, suggesting that unchecked emotions can impair cognitive functions and lead to poor decision-making. Reflect on that then for a second. In the realm of personal relationships, allowing emotions to override reason can be particularly detrimental. Misunderstandings and conflicts often arise when individuals act impulsively based on their feelings without considering the broader context or the perspectives of others. Taking a step back to reflect and engage in open communication can help navigate these situations more effectively, fostering healthier and more understanding relationships. In professional settings, the consequences of letting emotions override reason can be significant. Decisions made in haste or under emotional duress can affect not only the individual, but also colleagues and the organization as a whole. For example, making a business decision based on excitement without thorough analysis can lead to financial setbacks. Conversely, allowing fear to prevent taking calculated risks can result in missed opportunities. Balancing emotion with reason ensures that decisions are made with both passion and prudence. It's also important to acknowledge that emotions and reason are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they can complement each other. Emotions can provide valuable insights and motivations, while reason can help channel these feelings constructively. The key is to ensure that reason remains the guiding force, with emotions serving as a source of information rather than the driver of action. Developing emotional intelligence is vital in achieving this balance. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing and understanding one's emotions, managing them effectively, and using this awareness to guide thinking and behavior. By cultivating emotional intelligence, individuals can make decisions that are both emotionally satisfying and rationally sound. In conclusion, while emotions are a fundamental part of who we are, allowing them to override reason can lead to decisions that are not in our best interest. By acknowledging our emotions, reflecting upon them, and allowing reason to guide our actions, we can navigate life's challenges more effectively, leading to outcomes that are both fulfilling and wise. And in the fast-paced world we inhabit, there's an overwhelming temptation to seek immediate results and instant gratification. From rapid technological advancements to the allure of quick fixes, society often emphasizes speed over substance. Yet, when it comes to personal development, skill acquisition, and meaningful achievements, the truth remains: growth takes time. Consider the natural world as a profound teacher. A tree doesn't sprout overnight. It begins as a seed, slowly developing roots, stems, and leaves over seasons. This gradual process ensures the tree's stability and resilience. Similarly, our personal growth requires patience and consistent effort. Attempting to rush this process can lead to superficial development, lacking the depth and strength that come from enduring challenges and learning from them. In the realm of education, the importance of time in growth is evident. Mastery of a subject doesn't occur through cramming or last-minute efforts. It demands sustained study, practice, and reflection. This deliberate approach not only deepens understanding, but also cultivates critical thinking skills that are essential for lifelong learning. The same principle applies to physical health. Achieving fitness goals isn't about quick fixes or fad diets. It's about consistent exercise, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest. Over time, these habits lead to improved health and well-being. Rushing into intense workouts without proper preparation can result in injuries, underscoring the importance of a gradual and informed approach to physical growth. Financial growth offers another perspective. Building wealth isn't about seeking immediate returns, but about making informed decisions, saving consistently, and investing wisely over time. The power of compound interest exemplifies how small, consistent actions can lead to significant financial growth in the long run. This principle highlights the importance of patience and strategic planning in achieving financial goals. In relationships, growth is equally gradual. Building trust, understanding, and deep connections with others requires time and shared experiences. Rushing into relationships without allowing them to develop naturally can lead to misunderstandings and missed opportunities for genuine connection. Embracing the notion that growth takes time encourages resilience. It teaches us to value the journey over the destination, to find meaning in the process, and to appreciate the lessons learned along the way. This mindset fosters a deeper connection with our goals and a more profound sense of fulfillment. In conclusion, while the desire for quick results is natural, true growth, whether personal, professional, or relational, requires time, patience, and consistent effort. By embracing this reality, we set ourselves on a path toward meaningful and lasting development.